And welcome back, everyone. Welcome back to another qualifier here, the third qualifier of the EWC 2025. Oh my god, it's been an intense day of StarCraft. We started with the Asia qualifier, followed by the European, and now with the Americas qualifier as well. The qualifiers, they just don't end. I say that's the final one of the day. Kind of. I mean, we're going to be live again later on tonight for some more qualifiers, but you know what? We've wrapped up our first round of qualifiers with the NA qualifier. And here we go. We're jumping in and spawning in the top left-hand corner of Pylon. We have the Brazilian Terran player, the Yellow Terran, representing Team Little Fairy. It is Inexorable. And spawning in the bottom right-hand corner, we have the green Terran player, also from the Americas, representing the Platinum Heroes. It is Patches. And if you're in the chat, predictions are now open. Place your bets on who you think will claim the series. Best of luck in the chats as we jump into our first series of the broadcast. Here we go. Again, we were live previously this morning with the European qualifier, likewise with the Asia qualifier as well. Now we're here with the Americas. We have made it. We finally made it to the Americas. Oh boy, and let's see how this event does turn out. As a reminder, top 4 players do make it through, which means the round of 8 are going to be the qualifying matches, if I'm not mistaken. If I am not mistaken. Yeah, round of 8. So round of 8 going to be qualifying matches here for the event. So we're going to be here to catch up on our players. Again, there's just so much to go through. Exclamation mark P in the chat if you guys want to have a look back yourselves, as there are many matches ongoing, and we'll do our best to keep you updated with all said matches. We are jumping into our first series, of course, into our TVT. Oh, let's go. Let us go. And again, you can have a look at the trajectory of our matches and see where we are headed eventually here when it comes to our eventual qualifying match. So do look forward to that. Again, we have players from Latino America, we have players from the Americas as well, from Canada, from North America, from South America, from Central America, from all around. And oh boy, it's exciting to see everyone once again. It's been far too long since we've seen all these players gathered together in one place, in one area. It feels like the good old days. Feels good, man. Feels good. Aye. Here we go. We're here. We're back. For the time being, we do have our standard opener. We have a double gas opener out of Inexorable. Likewise, we do have a more, I was going to say more economic start out of Patches. But the CC timing is actually quite comparable with each other. Wait, what just happened? Oh, okay. I was looking at this. I was very confused. I was like, wait, what? 2x Reaper. So 2x Reaper here by Patches. So a bit of a more aggressive start from our green Terran players. It does move out across the map, and we'll see what he can get done. Meanwhile, across the map, Inexorable so far, he is in position. He has his Reaper Hellion, goes for the Admiral Sword, which means no additional Hellions popping out. Will Patches overwhelm? Does dive in, going for the CC. Oh, going for the Reaper. Does go for the Reaper. They do trade. I say trade. Inexorable does beat out his first Reaper. First one does go down. Now on the chase. Now on the chase here, and it looks like he... Oh my god. Barely will get some of these Reapers. There he does get one, but trades 2 for 1. A better trade for Patches. Nicely done here from our green Terran player. Oh, calm down. So we are setting up our add-ons, I should say, back at home. What I will say, though, despite the trade that just occurred, and it was a slightly better trade for Patches, is the economy. The economy here is in favor of Inexorable, does have his CC up and running, is saturating as we speak, prioritizes that low ground gas geyser, of course, getting to his own 111 into early tank production, into, I was going to say add-on swap, never mind, into Tech Lab on the starport. Looks like a traditional start here, a traditional start of a tank Raven from the side of Inexorable. Meanwhile, Patches back at home, he is trying to secure himself. Oh, the lock-on is brutal though. Reapers are coming from behind, and can he catch out the Cyclone? Barely cannot. Barely cannot. And it's NA time. See, Papi, see. Time for the Americas. Beautiful. The best time. Aye. We had a great time when it came to the Asia qualifier and the European qualifier as well. Did have a good time, but for the Americas qualifier, it's near and dear to our hearts, just because there are so many players here that we're quite fond of, that we're close to, that we have seen grow throughout the years, and that we want to see improve even more and achieve greater accolades. Ooh. Player like Inexorable, who kind of peaked and who came out of the woodwork like what, 2022-ish, like after the Sentimental Latino era of StarCraft. 2023 era of StarCraft is when Inexorable rose up, and he has been improving so much in such a short period of time. And we'll see if he can, you know, represent, if he can make it far, if we make a deep run. I do have high hopes here for Inexorable. But now, does move out. Patches, of course, the map maker himself, a fellow member of the community, and does dedicate a lot of time to StarCraft, whether it's streaming, whether it's making and creating maps as well. Maps like Persephone. Play-wise, though, can he keep up with Inexorable? Oh boy. As Inexorable, he does move out. Patches on the high ground. He will get the first shot off. Nicely done. Ooh, does get in the Cyclone. Cyclone goes down. Stims in, gets the tank as well. Very nicely done. Inexorable, he leads out a little units early on. The Cyclone, the tank. Aye, aye, aye. Patches all over this. He's all over this. Likewise, moving out. Patches has momentum. Behind this, third CC is on the way. I'm used to seeing Patches cheese and all in non-stop, but that's not what we're seeing here. Here we're seeing more standard macro play out of Patches. He's crazy. I mean, I say standard macro. He's pushing. That's true. He is moving out already. Is being quite aggressive here. But last we have Mass Raven waiting for him again. We saw the add-on swap, the initial tech lab on the starport earlier. There's a already done for Inexorable. Scans it across the map. Gets eyes on the production. Gets eyes on the bio. As I believe Patches did not invest into, he did not invest in any Ravens, just purely medevacs. So in a head-on fight as the game progresses, Inexorable, he has the more efficient army. He has tanks, he has Ravens, he has Disables. What does Patches have? Stim. Patches really fast stim out of Patches. And ideally you want to hit that timing, you want to do something with this bio army that you've built up, otherwise it feels like kind of a waste as we're falling behind in other aspects. If we're not hitting a stim timing, then it's not really that important. As Inexorable is catching up when it comes to his own stim. Patches hoping to try to catch Inexorable moving out across the map. The trap has been laid. Third base now being taken from Patches. Does claim his third. Inexorable still stuck on 2 bases. So Patches, he can enjoy a greater economy, which is great and all. He can start to saturate. But he still needs to get more done. Let's go. The stutter stepping. Patches, he has been winning these small little skirmishes. It's been great to see. He's doing well. He's doing well for himself. Inexorable does sneak out with a drop. Unfortunately, Patches does not control the Zanaga. Ooh, doesn't see this. Likewise, 1-1 upgrades almost done for Inexorable. He's already finished up his stim. He's caught up. And now it's time to break out. Now, thankfully, Patches does pull. Jeez, how many Marines does he have? Oh my god. He has 36 Marines, 38. He's up over 10 Marines. Again, what he lacks in Ravens, he makes up for in mass bio. He's making 8 Marines at a time. That's a lot of Raxes. And we'll see if it's worth it. He's thinking about the stim. Scans the army, he sees a tank line. It's not going to be easy to break into that. Meanwhile, drop into the main. Yeah, tank does siege. Upgrades in favor of Inexorable. He's got 1-1. He shuts down he shuts down everything. Yeah, shuts down the mineral line. 18 SCVs is going to be going down. He does claim the fight as well. Oof. Patches racing back home. The drop gets out of hand. Inexorable does move out. Dropping back into the main. Inexorable stimming in towards the natural. Luna just wedged himself in between the bases. That's going to be 5 tanks sieging up. And where's the army? Base trade. Well, let's go. We're going for the base trade. Inexorable stims in. Does collapse off of the initial CC. And there's a late base trade here for Patches. He is rushing across the map. It gets into both mineral lines. Has a lot of Marines, of course. Meanwhile, Patches, he's supply blocked. Can't really produce much. Patches pushing in. CC's under fire. Buildings, they can float away, of course. Meanwhile, we do see Inexorable trying to make a stand. He's got a bunker. He's got a tank. 2 bunkers even. 2 tanks. And you can see here that Patches just doesn't really have much left over. Trying to break that siege line. Auto turrets are thrown down. They do buy time. They shut down the buyer. There's one tank left. And Patches, he has nothing remaining back at home. Across the map. Going for a slow siege. Floating over the sea. Let's go. Floating over the CCs. Again, just one tank left. And the production, there's nothing here. There's nothing here. There's 2 medevacs. There's a marine. Patches still has a massive army, but he can't use it. He cannot break this ramp. Cannot push in. We do see Patches trying to be somewhat active. Floats over the buildings. Now there's a chance Patches, he might be able to catch some stray units and then maybe get a fresh mining base and expand and get his economy going. But I don't see Patches winning this fight here. Ideally, he wants to catch the army unsieged and in transit. Which is possible. Ooh, Liberation has arrived. Uh-oh. Oof. Now there are Liberators. Patches, he stims in. He cannot take this fight, and he's going to be broken. Yeah, Patches, he will be broken here. Inexorably stims on forward. Breaks through the Biowarring, breaks through the tanks as well. Cleans this up. And Patches down to just Marines. Like, this is it. That's all that's left. Just Marine. A couple of medevacs. Oh, speaking of, does catch out some Marines. Getting on top of the tanks as well. Very nice catch. Gets 1, gets 2. And barely does not get the final tank. GG gets called. That's all we had left. And Inexorably does take game number 1. GG. Inexorable does take a lead in the series, and we'll see if Patches can recover as we get ready for game number 2. Oh, okay, let's go. Let us go. Oh, sorry, I've just fixed up the player icons. There we go. But yes, welcome, of course, to the America's Open Qualifier number 1. Again, if you saw the schedule when it came to the Soon TM screen that we had earlier, the countdown screen, we do have a full week of EWC qualifiers, and hey, we already are a day in. We're a day in already. We can make it. We can make it. Just non-stop EWC qualifiers. We'll be there. As we are loading into game number 2, game 2 is going to be on Tokamak. Let's go. Loading into that second game. Pappy, get some rest. Oh, we rest after we finish casting everything. But I will be trying to get, I say trying to get some sleep after this. Probably like editing some VODs first, but then trying to get some sleep after this broadcast. We do have some time until the next one. We have what? By then we'll have like maybe 7 hours until the next cast, something like that. But here we go, spawning in the bottom left-hand corner of Tokamak, we have the Brazilian Terran player, the Yellow Terran, representing a little fairy. It is Inexorable. And spawning in the top right-hand corner, we have his opponents. We have the American Terran player, the Red Terran, representing the Platinum Heroes. It is Patches. We go. As we are going to be building up and getting into our second game. Do have Patches getting ready for his initial racks. So far, single gas. As a reminder, last game we did see 2 rack Reaper out of Patches, and I'll be honest, the build of choice from Patches didn't really accomplish much. What I'm referring to is that he went 2 racks Reaper into really fast stim, but if you remember, he didn't really do anything with it. He wasn't able to achieve too much damage, and because he rushed into fast stim, it meant that his tank count was lower. It meant that he had no ravens either. A lot of his other tech just kind of fell by the wayside. This is why stim often isn't really prioritized unless you're going for a really strict timing attack, referring to like a 2-1-1 for example in TVT. where you can hit hard and hit fast and try to break your opponents early on. But outside of that, like, you ideally, typically don't really want to be rushing stim of all things. Not in this matchup. Just because their uses early on is quite limited. Of course, Bio has its uses in the mid game, don't get me wrong. But rushing into it, I'm a little bit less convinced. We'll see though. We'll see how he does adjust. This time a much more standard opener. Double gas, faster factory, delayed TC. Likewise, double gas out of Inexorable. So far, for the most part, mirrored builds. I say for the most part, Patches, he does skip his Reaper. He goes Reactor first. Reactor first out of Patches. Meanwhile, we do see Reaper first out of Inexorable. Now, with that, Inexorable does move out across the map. We do have 2 Reapers on the way at a time from the side of Patches. He needs a little bit more time, though, which means he's going to have to pull the boys. As in, pull them away to preserve them against the first Reaper of Inexorable. Does poke in. Does check the ram. Does see the reactor, and he gets the hell out of here. It doesn't even try to flirt with the idea of the mineral line. Oh. 1 base all in. Hello. Proxy Starboard. This is the Patches that I know and love, baby. Let's go. We do open up with the 1-1-1 on double gases on 1 base, going for the starport. With this, I would imagine we're going for Medivacs to drop into the main base. So Reaper Hellion, then Hellion drop into the main, Reaper dive into the main as well. I would imagine that's what's happening. Meanwhile, Inexorable, supply-wise or production-wise, is keeping up. Also, Reactor Reaper Hellion. Ooh, Tech Lab, never mind. I assume drop play, but no, not drop play at all. Instead, we're going into, I would imagine, Banshee play. If it was going to be Fusion Core, sorry, if it was going to be BC, we'd see Fusion Core. Fusion Core would already be on the way, so this should be Banshees out of Patches. Okay, you have my attention. There, this cloak is being researched. Banshees are going to be on the way. Are we going into the gold? Is that what's happening right now? Is that what... Is Patches going to expand at the hybrid base? Okay. Okay. Let's go. I mean, he has map control. Do what you want. Take the base. Let's go. I appreciate the enthusiasm here. We'll see if we can pull this off. I mean, initially, look at the army. We have a plethora of Reapers and Hellions. Patches does have the supply lead. Meanwhile, no bunker. No bunker is set up. Reaper Hellion does hit the natural. Cyclone has arrived. But the Cyclone can be overwhelmed. Marines are heading on over. Now, the CC shouldn't be killed or anything. It can lift, of course. Oh, as he always tries to break out. He does try. Lassie gets punished. Banshee into the main. Cloak is not done. This is premature. Premature, but nice kiting here by Patches. Kites back. Does trade against the Marines. Cloak now finishing up. And an Inexorable. Is he going to hold on to a scan? Oh, he's got a Raven. He's fine. He has a Raven. Takes out the Banshee. The power of the Raven. Likewise, Inexorable now can break out. He cannot lose that Cyclone, though. He does need to against the follow-up Banshee. Has another Banshee's on the way. Behind this, Patches getting his hybrid base up and running. See this. This is full NA. Oh. KDA charges popping off. Patch is going to be forced back. So far, so good for Inexorable. Does hold, does defend. Claims his own base. Now, Patches, he's still down in workers. Like, the problem here is that this base is still very late. It's very delayed, and it takes a long time to really saturate and transfer over towards this hybrid expansion. So it's a bit of an awkward base to saturate. Because of that, Inexorable has a massive worker advantage. It's like the Reapers, they dive into the main. They're going to be shut down. Yeah, they're going to be cleaned up here. As a couple of Reapers, they try to rush past. They're going to be cleaned up. This was not worth it. Getting 2 SEV kills. And not worth it for Patches. Third TC is about to finish. I'm afraid to look. There it is. Mineral income or just resource advantage here in favor of Inexorable, despite the hybrid base. now he's breaking out. Does a disable. Spots the army. Do we go for the double disable? Tempting. Patches, he has the high ground. Still gathering up energy. The disable is late. Nice save out of Patches. Does unsiege in time. And Exorbic has to pull away. That was a waste of disable. Exorbic, he retreats, claims his third. Meanwhile, Patches getting saturated here on kind of two bases. Kind of. He's not really making SCVs. It's still very shaky here for Patches. Very shaky. But yeah, we're getting there. As Patches does move out. Exorbic scats and naturally sees that it's on the way, but little does he know that's actually the third base. Exorbic still in the dark, fanning out his Marines. There's a scan. Exorbic, he barely misses the army. Yeah, Exorbic just out of position. Does see the movement of Patches. Patches thinking out of the base. He does have early stim, but so does Exorbic. Oh, runs to the army. They do spot each other. So he must be looking at this and be thinking, hold up, like, how can you afford all of this? On one base? No shot. We're trying to sneak up the army. Patches is the first to siege. That's disabled. He gets one, he gets two, he gets three. Still one tank left over, but only one tank. Yeah, it's not enough. Exorbic, he breaks on through. Shuts down the army, cleans up everything, all four tanks, and the bio. And Patches, he plummets in supply. I thought that's all that he had. Behind this, he's down to a handful of Marines. They'll still have the medevacs. Third base is, the natural base is saturated, I suppose. Is he gonna check? Oh, he might. He will. Yeah, he will. There we go. Does find the expansion. And Patches will not get away with it. Yeah, GG gets called. The base is found, and Exorbic, he will take the series 2-0, advancing on to the next round. GG. GG, well played, congratulations. And Exorbic, he will claim the series. He will advance on into the next round. But a shout out to Patches for having a very intense and very dynamic approach here to the TVT matchup in his own unique way. GG well played. Much love to Patches, but a shout out to Exorbic. Again, he did come in as the favorite player, and we'll see how far Exorbic can go. We shall see. As let's catch up with the bracket. Let's figure out what's going on, where we are, and where we are headed. Let's go. Okay, bearing in mind that of course we do have our top 4 players qualifying, that does mean that we do have our round of 8 matches as best of 5s, and we already have played. Jesus, what has been happening? Let's go through it one by one. From the bottom, Riser is up against Charlie Cooks in the initial round of 32. They are currently mid-series. Yeah, they're currently mid-series. Dolan's up against Teardrop as well, currently mid-series here in the round of 32. Scrolling up, we have Hapsaya versus Awesome Sauce, also mid-series. Scrolling up, we have Cham. Cham takes down Kuwabara, waiting for the winner of Hapsaya and Awesome Sauce. So Cham kind of speed-running his way through. We have Inexorable. It does take down Patches 2-0. I should also, hold on. Does take him down 2-0, advancing on a face-up against the winner of Reaper and Boreal. Oh boy, as they are currently mid-series and currently facing off as we speak. I'll try to find them and try to catch them as they are out of game. Scrolling up, we do have Ryojin up against Green Earth in that first round. Winner goes up against the winner of Scarlett Melody and Banana Burrito. Oh my god, that's an interesting burrito as they are waiting, or as they currently facing off. against Scarlett is also one of those big names. Meanwhile, Kamikaze takes down Bombilla 2-0. Big win there for Kamikaze. Now up against Master. The rematch, the Brazilian Saikaju Circuit rematch is upon us. Again, Master did fall to Kamikaze 2-0 during the Brazilian Circuit. That was when Kamikaze one base all in the hell out of Master twice in a row. It was crazy. It was crazy. So you had some crazy all-ins there. We'll see. I mean, Master is still heavily favored in that series, so best of luck to Kamikaze. Heading on over, Eon takes down Cosmic Cow 2-0. Eon waiting for the winner of Juanito and Maze. I'll be honest, I'm curious to see if Juanito can make it through Eon and can make it through Master. Like, I favor Master pretty highly here, but we'll see if Juanito's been practicing, if he's been playing some StarCraft. Scrolling up, we have Mute up against Altair Benoni. When he goes up against the winner of Foxer and Havertz. Likewise, we have H Stabby up against Akadoni, and we have Trigger waiting for the winner of E Recon and Ratezi as well. Trigger, of course, another heavy favorite to make it through into the closed qualifiers. Oh boy, it's Trigger. He's back in Canada. For those who don't know, he is back in Canada. For the time being, I believe he has plans to travel back to South Korea, but for now is in the land of Canada. So yeah, a couple of these matches have been progressing, have been advancing on. Once again, to reiterate, the qualifying matches are going to be the round of 8. So the round of 8 is here on the right hand side, round 16. So right now we are in the round of 32, moving on into the round of 16. Okay, so we're waiting here for Reaper and Bordeaux to finish up their match. This is what we're going to be focusing our attention. We're waiting for Inexorable to have an opponent. That is the plan. Waiting for Inexorable. Likewise, just making sure we do have some players available to us. And I guess for now we have some downtime. But as you can see here, the plan is to follow Inexorable into the winner of Reaper and Bordeaux, to follow that into the winner of Ryojin, Greenert, Scarlett, Melody, and Banana Burrito. That is the plan, to follow these players in towards a qualifying match. This portion of the bracket is the plan. Otherwise, hope you're all enjoying yourselves. Hope you've all been having a great day of StarCraft. Again, we've been having so much StarCraft over the past day. A lot of StarCraft. Oh. There we go. Just updates are coming in. Riser takes on Charlie Cooks. Waiting for the winner of Dolan and Teardrop. I'm also very tempted to cover Dolan versus Riser. Like, that's going to be a banger as well. And the potential Dolan versus Cham. Like, there's just a lot of really good matches, to be honest. Like, there's just a lot of really good matches. Like, I'm a big fan of course, Scarlett, Ryojin, Reaper, Inexorable, Cham, Dolan, Riser, Master, Eon, like, Mute, Foxer, like, it's everyone. I want everyone to do well. Everyone. But for now, we have some downtime. For now, again, we are just waiting for some of these matches to open up. I would imagine the Reaper series is going to be a short one. Like, Reaper is typically hyper aggressive and very cheesy as a player. So we do expect that to be a shorter series. For now, though, I guess we're going to be having some downtime. For now, we're going to be going on a short break. Again, I'm more than happy to just indulge in some breaks just because we've been casting so much today. So we're going to calm things down, go on a short break, and when we come back, we'll have our next series. We'll have our next match. SpeCial. But yes, for now we're going to be going on a short break. When we come back, we'll have our next series. We'll have either Reaper versus his current opponent, or versus Boreal, or of course the winner up against Inexorable. See you soon. See you soon after the break. And welcome back, everyone. Welcome back to the round of 16. We have already gone past the round of 32. Now the round of 16 is upon us. We have our two players here following one player and introducing another. Here we go. We're spawning in the bottom left-hand corner of ley lines. We have the Brazilian Terran player. We have the yellow Terran representing Team Little Fairy. It is Inexorable. And spawning in the top right-hand corner, we have the green Zerg player. We have the American Zerg player himself. It is Reaper. And if you're in the chat, predictions are open. Place your bets on who you think will claim the series. Best of luck in the chat as we jump into our ZVT. Now, as we get into this, I haven't casted Reaper in quite some time, but I'm ready. I'm excited. Nowadays, would I go as far as to say that Reaper is the best Zerg player in America? I think for a time it was Silky, of course. Silky was the best Zerg player in America, in the US of A, and of course Silky did retire with the absence of Silky, without players like, without many of the other like top Zerg GMs. I think it falls on Reaper, I'll be honest. ET Pwn Home, like, he isn't around anymore. 2x, by the way, 2x over here out of Inexorable does open up. Jon Snow, he isn't active anymore. Otherwise I would have pinned Jon Snow. I think through the process of elimination, I think it's Reaper. Unironically, let's go. So we have the best Zerg player in all of the Americas, all of America, I should say, up against the best Terran player in Brazil. Let's go. Let us go. Our TVZ is upon us. For now, we have a Reactor Reaper here on the way. 2x Reaper here by Inexorable. And behind this, there is no third racks. No third racks behind this, just two. So not as committed. So 2x Reaper into the expand. Behind this, the goal is to contain the Zerg player on two bases for as long as possible. And we'll see if Inexorable can pull this up. So now it does poke in. Dancing with the army. Overlord Scout does confirm the 2x Reaper setup. Does poke in, does rotate back around. It looks like we have our response here, so we're going to be staying on two bases, and Reaper is going for a Roach War. Now, if you haven't seen Reaper's play before, Reaper is hyper aggressive and very cheesy. Very often going all in. I'm sure Inexorable has faced off against Reaper in the past on the American server, on the NA ladder, and should be somewhat familiar with the style of Reaper. Ooh, as it's going to be a 3cc setup, third CC before even factory. Very greedy here from our Terran player. Very greedy. I'm concerned. Reapers, they do threaten the dive. Queens, they do pull away. Roaches are revealed. At least Inexorable's aware, and we need bunkers. We need bunkers back at home. As the correct way to defend against this is with bunkers. Bunker going to be on the left-hand side. So typically, for those that haven't seen this kind of defense before, ideally you want the bunkers actually on the right-hand side to protect the add-ons. But here we go. Here comes the Link Flood. Again, going completely all in. I mean, in a sense, at least we have extra SimCity here. I should have said against Roaches, but this isn't all in. This is Ling Ravager. Jesus. Yeah, Ling Ravager setup. Reapers are surrounded. Reaper's going to be shut down. And the bunker does complete. Ravagers are here to pile down the wall. And Marines are building up. The wall is going to be broken. We do have a second bunker behind this. Oh, the repair, let's go. It does repair, buying more time. And every second counts here. Tank is on the way, Marines are on the way. But remember, this was a third CC before factory. Oh no. Does barely try to repair. Lings, they flood in. Yeah, they flood on forward. Wiles, they take down the first bunker. Second bunker behind this, third bunker as well. And Inexorable, he's holding. Inexorable, he's holding on. He will clean up every single link here. He's losing SCVs though. And I say that, he does break through. Does break through, takes out the bunkers, and with that, Inexorable, he is broken, and Reaper takes game number 1. Whew, GG. I thought that we could maybe clean up at least the Lings, but no, never mind. The Roaches, the Ravagers, they do overwhelm. And likewise, remember, so greedy from Inexorable, and this is where I have to question, is he familiar with Reaper? Again, Reaper, he's known for all-ins, he's known for cheese, known for aggression, and to go and to delay the factory, to go for the fastest CC, that was quite greedy there from Inexorable. In the end, he was overwhelmed. In the end, GG well played. Whew. With that, Reaper takes the lead, and now we're jumping to game number 2. Illegal agrees with you regarding Reaper. I mean, he is the best Zerg player in America. I mean, I couldn't think of any others because everyone else is retired. This is the reality. Reaper, he is the NA hope. And here we go, spawning in the top left hand corner. I mean, he is leading the series. But spawning in the top left hand corner, we have the Brazilian Terran player, we have the yellow Terran. Oh, as I do need a moment to set up our player name. Representing Team Little Fairy, down in the series, it is Inexorable. And spawning in the bottom right hand corner, we have his opponent. We have the American Zerg player, the green Zerg, leading the series 1-0. It is Reaper. Let's go. Opening up with the proxy hatch across the map. Let's go. Let's go. The proxy hatch has arrived. And again, this is what we expect. Like, as I mentioned before, if you haven't seen Reaper in the past, Reaper, he is the cheese, or he's not just the best Zerg player in America, but he's also a hyper cheesy, hyper aggressive. Game 1, he went for a Ravager Ling all-in. Here, game 2, we have the proxy hatchery. No gases. Okay. Late gases here out of our Zerg player. It was a hatch pull into gas. Interesting setup. With this kind of setup here, ooh, double gas. Okay, so it's going to be later gases. This should be roaches. This should be for a roach based all-in from the side of our Zerg player. Currently, Inexorable is not aware, as he now moves out with the SCV. So SCV scout across the map. I mean, it's standard opener so far. He will confirm that the hatchery is missing, but can he piece together what exactly is going on in time? As there's that roach warren on the way, as we did mention. Again, we're rushing roaches. And Inexorable. Again, I do favor him in a longer standard macro game, but that's not what we're getting. It's not what we're getting. And again, I would imagine that Inexorable is familiar with Reaper. I would imagine he knows, but I mean, we're about to find out. SCV moves in. Gets a full scout, confirms the roach warren. With that, I believe we just canceled. Yeah, we just canceled the CC. Setting up on the high ground. Wings are waddling in. Boys are being pulled. Inexorable so far, he's holding. Roach production has begun. And Reaper, he's hit a cheese out of Inexorable. Oh, that's around! Oh my god. Doesn't quite get it. Reaper does pull away. Behind this, we have a bunker here as a part of the wall. Raxes are being pulled back to protect. It's going to be 2 bunkers here on the high ground, but the roaches have arrived. High ground vision provided by that Overlord. And they're already here. They take down the first 2 SCVs. The bunkers are not finishing. Boys are being pulled. He can't try to surround. Oh! Now zones away. Trying to get that bunker back up and running. But still bleeding out 4 SCVs. That's a lot of economic damage. Likewise, Reaper. Oh, the Reaper does run into the roaches. Bunker does complete. And now he's going to force out some Ravagers. Ravagers are being forced out. Again, there's not really much of an economy here for Inexorable. Yes, the Mule is hard out. CC is done. Behind this, we can go into Cyclones or into tanks. Hellion, ooh, takes a lot of hits. Hellion goes down. Once again, another pickoff. Inexorable, he's losing too much. Bleeding out a Hellion, a Reaper, 8 SCVs already. So he does pile down the bunker. Backup bunker is now done. Reaper, he hasn't lost any roaches yet, I believe. Yeah, not a single roach has gone down. Second bunker falls, and Reaper's done it. Reaper, he has done it. He breaks through the main army. Tank is on the way. Even if it does arrive, it can be piled down. GG. And with that, Reaper, he will break through. He will take the series 2-0. and he will advance on into the next round. GG. Reaper, the best Zerg player in the Americas, or in America. He does embody it well here, does cheese and Inexorable the hell out of the tournament, and with that, Reaper, he will make it through into the top 8. Oh boy. Reaper, he is now in a qualifying match. He's now in a qualifying match. GG, well played. And the question becomes, does he have an opponent? I feel like it's still a ways away here. Let's catch up on the bracket. Let's figure out what's going on, where we are headed. Again, when it comes to Inexorable setup, he did scout, did confirm what was going on. Unfortunately, it took a long time for the bunkers to actually complete. Likewise, he also lost a lot of SCVs in the process, lost so many workers, and with that, his economy was hindered. He had a really hard time reinforcing, bolstering his setup there, and with that, GG. GG, well played. He also wasn't able to kill any roaches. There was potential to maybe surround some of the roaches early on, but alas, everything did fall apart. And with that, so now getting into our next series, let's go. We're getting ready for our next matchup. Let us scroll down here, as we should update our admins. As we do update here as to what's been going on. Scrolling down, we have Dolan. Dolan's up against Riser in the initial round of 16 match. I believe that is being covered by Steadfast. So shout out to Dolan and Riser. They're facing off as we speak. Scrolling up, Cham. Cham is up against SpeCial, also in the round of 16. They're currently mid-series. They just did begin. Scrolling up, we have Reaper. Reaper just looked down Inexorable 2-0. Reaper waiting for the winner of Ryojin, Scarlett, and Melody and Banana Burrito. It looks like there are some delays when it comes to some of these matchups. Yeah, it does look like there are some delays here, unfortunately, and hopefully they're able to yeah, hopefully we're able to get that going. There was a concern that Melody and Banana Burrito actually weren't around, and we were just waiting for nothing there. So I hope that isn't the case. I hope that they're actually able to be present and play out their matches. Otherwise, this portion of the brackets it may be delayed. Meanwhile, scrolling over, Master. Yep, Master takes down the Kamikaze 2-0. Master up against Major, up against Juanito. I believe they're currently in game. Maybe. Have they begun? So we just see that SpeCial took down Eon 2-0. And is up against Master in a qualifying match. That's going to be a banger. Likewise, Mute's waiting for the winner of Foxer and Havertz. And looks like the upper part of the bracket is still ongoing as well. Trigger waiting for the winner of Ratezi and E-Recon. So some other portions of the bracket are a little bit slower than others. But yeah, it has Major started versus Master. I would imagine Cosmos is covering that, right? Let's see. Because that's a match. Here we go. Has 2, 4, 6. Sorry, just double checking. So that's gonna be a best of 5. That's gonna be a best of 5. Looks like SpeCial and Master, they have not begun. They have not started, not yet. And I want in. Gib. Here we go. Sorry, I was just messaging Cosmos. Messaging Cosmos. We're discussing the games. Obviously, he's there for his boy. He's there for Inexorable. He was looking forward to Inexorable versus Scarlett. I was as well. To be fair, but shout out to Reaper. Congratulations, Reaper. He does make it to a qualifying match. He does have some downtime, so Reaper's gonna be waiting for quite some time. He's gonna be waiting. But looking forward to this next match. And again, for the most part, we're going to be waiting here. Yeah, we are going to be waiting for our next series for Special and Master to finish up the videos, and then we're jumping in. Then we will jump into Special and Master. Let's go. And Torn though, like again, like Special versus Master is going to be a really, really good series. At the same time, I want to be there for Dolan as well, and Cham and Riser. Like they're also mid-series. Oh, let's go. As we have our lobby. Let's go. Oh, everyone's jumping. Jesus. Everyone's jumping in. It is going to be a Special versus Master, and we have Enki, we have Cosmos, we have Steadfast. I thought Steadfast was covering Dolan. Did Dolan versus Riser finish? I guess so. I guess it completed. But even if it did, I guess he's still waiting for a Cham and SpeCial. So still waiting for that series to wrap up. But here we go. Here we go. Beautiful. As we're jumping into our first qualifying match of the night of the broadcast. Let's go. See in the chat. Yes, I was meant to say best erg in America, not Americas. I just used to saying Americas, man. I'm used to saying it. Smurge. But here we go. We're getting into our next series. We're getting into our next matchup, into our first qualifying match of the broadcast, and spawning in the one-hand corner of Ley Lines, we have the Mexican Terran player, the blue Terran. It is SpeCial. And spawning in the top right-hand corner, we have his opponent. We have the red Protoss player from Brazil, representing Team Hellfire. It is Master. Here we go. As we are jumping in, as we are selling into our fresh best of 5 series. And if you're in the chat, predictions are open. Place your bets on who you think will claim this series, who you think will qualify for the America's closed qualifier. Will it be our Brazilian or our Mexican Terran? Best of luck in the chat as predictions are underway, and we are jumping into our fresh series. Now, coming into this, I do favor Master as we get into the mid game. I think I mentioned this in his series against Inexorable. I do favor Master if we can get into the mid game, but SpeCial can be very tricky, be very cheesy, very aggressive. SpeCial has a plethora of builds available. SpeCial, he is not afraid to commit to non-stop all-ins, and the meta right now has been favoring a lot of all-in play in TVP. So it's going to come down to Master scouting. It's going to come down to how well Master can defend and survive the aggression of SpeCial. It's not going to be easy. It's not going to be easy here. Meanwhile, SpeCial double gas opener, going for a faster factory. Delayed CC out of our Terran player. Does go for delayed CC. As Master does pull away. Behind this, we should be seeing a safe opener out of Master, whether that entails a 3-gate blink or a robo, yet to be determined. Yet to be determined here. As there's that CC on the high ground. Meanwhile, my eyes are going to be on the Tech Labs, on the add-on. So far, it is going to be the reactor on that Rex. Reaper moves out. Adept does keep up. Oh! And the Reaper is going to fall as well. Yeah, the KDA charge did actually help Master, lunging the Adept forward. So far, so good. Better start for Master. Behind this, Tech Lab is on the way. Now, do we open up Cyclone into Cyclone drop? Do we go into tank production? Do we go for an add-on swap here into earlier Banshee play? There are a lot of options available here too, especially you can even go Widowmine into Medevac into drop. There are options. Tech Lab is now done. Starts off with the Cyclone. Cyclone first. Back at home, Twilight Council's on the way. It's going to be a Twilight Council opener out of Master, working towards Blink. Blink is on the horizon from our Protoss. Extra gateways. I wouldn't be opposed to another gateway as well. 3-gate blink would be very safe. Will it be there? Master breaks forward. SpeCial. Chopping over the CC. Sorry, the initial Cyclone is revealed. Medevac is on the way. Medevac into add-on swap. As we catch out another one of these Stalkers. Yeah, the Cyclone lock-on is brutal. Takes down how many? Takes down one Stalker, takes down one Adept. A nice catch here from SpeCial. He can back up, he can repair. Meanwhile, there's that add-on swap into Cloak Banshee. That's what we were waiting for. We were waiting to see if it was going to be tank production or add-on swap into Banshee. So Cloak Banshee on the way. Now, thankfully, Master is going for a safety robo on 2 bases. He throws down extra gateways as well. He has 2 gates done and 2 gateways on the way. 4 gates blink out of Master. Very aggressive. You don't often see this. And the robo should allow for an observer, but is going to be in position in time, yet to be determined. Meanwhile, SpeCial starts up his tank production as well. This setup here can turn into a 2-base all-in. He can build up tanks, build up Banshees. He can either harass with Banshees or move out with the main army. With Cloak, it should be to harass though. Yeah, rally it out. Rally it out to harass. And this is going to be a tough hold for Master, especially considering he doesn't see this coming. And Master, based on this opener, he doesn't want to be defensive. He wants to be aggressive. He wants to move out. Which means there's a high chance he won't have enough at home to defend. Assuming he moves out and doesn't expand. We'll see. SB goes down. Reaper is getting ready to dive in. As the Stalkers move out, Banshee moves in. I think it's the Reaper. But the Banshee does hit the natural. Does Cloak. Yeah, Probe's going to be going down. Master, he commits. Oh, does make in time. Observer pops out just in time as well. Very nice defense. Master holds. Master, he holds back at home. Across the map, dives on the tank. Gets one. Takes down one of the tanks. Nice control. Does pull away. And Master is all over this, at least so far. Ooh, does blink. Does pull back. And so far, Master, he shuts down the Banshee, shuts down the first tank. Master, he's on this. Ideally, he does want that Cyclone. Master, yes, on siege. Has to get out of here, but it might just be too late. As the Prism does get away, no lock-on. Whew. Does pull back in time. SpeCial moving out, headed towards the third. Master's trying to build up. So far, the wing control here is on point. The Marines are going down, and Master, he shuts down the push. Yeah, he shuts down the army. Can he dive on top of the tank? Oh, can he dive? Almost. Casito. Banshee at the same time does hit the mineral line, but alas, once again, Master is in position. He shuts down the Banshees. He shuts down the push, and Master, he takes a lead. Very nice defense. Has to be careful there. Oh, on the bait. Stalkers, they get baited. One Stalker goes down. SpeCial, he does hold. He does defend. But now Master can focus on his aggression, on his push. Yeah, Juanito, he's hurting. What do we see? 2 more Raxes. What do we not see? No third CC. This looks like a follow-up 2-base all-in. I mean, it's been hyper-aggressive from SpeCial already, so it's going to double down and turn this into a 2-base all-in instead. Stim is on the way. +1 is on the way. Does mule down. And I don't see SpeCial's natural being broken. The main base, different story. There's one tank. We could try to blink in and try to deny try to deny Stim. Go for the add-ons. For now, though, Master getting fully saturated. You can see Master is up 20 workers. And from here, can tech up into charge, +1. Storm as well, or I say Storm, actually going to be Colossus out of Master, not Storm. Oh, gets a Marine. SpeCial trying to be cheeky. Ideally, he wants to try to get within range of the Stalkers. He's trying to bait Master in. He's trying to. You see once again, yep, SpeCial sneaking up on those Stalkers. Oh! Tank volley goes off. Oof, takes out a Stalker. Again, you can see how much a tank volley can do. SpeCial, he just assumed there was an observer. And Master, he does back up. There's a Stim. Master pulls away. SpeCial, he breaks out. And we don't pull the boys yet. But that's going to be a lot of tanks. That's how many? 4. 4 tanks for SpeCial. A massive bio army. Remember, he's all in. And behind this, still just rallying. Still just rallying across the map. Oh! Prism is deflected. As the tanks do siege. Ideally, Master, he was trying to cash out on siege. Trying to cash the army out. SpeCial does reposition. Master being bullied back. Oof. From here, he can attempt to surround. But SpeCial is ready for it. Going for the Colossus. Oh my god. Colossus taking a lot of hits. Mastery collapses in, comes in from behind. Can he get us over the tanks? It's going to be close. Yeah, nice target firing. The Colossus goes down instantly, but the tanks will fall. Prism is started down, but GG gets called. Mastery shuts down the all-in, and Master takes game number 1. Whew, GG. GG, well played. A very intense game there. Again, Master, he was able to keep up. He was able to, again, shut down the Banshee and the tank push. Really impressive early game defense by Master. He shut down the multiple aggression of SpeCial. Likewise, able to shut down the all-in as well after he took the lead. Bearing in mind, remember, he was up 20 workers. He had a booming economy, so he could afford a larger army, could afford the Colossus, could afford the charge lots. And with that, GG. GG, well played. Master, he does take a lead in the series, but it's a best of 5. We have plenty more games ahead of us, and again, that was still a very tense game. Now, as I mentioned before, coming into this, SpeCial, he should be the aggressor in this series. Here, we saw 2-base all-in. 2-base all-in at a SpeCial in game 1. I do expect to see more of this kind of play. Not saying that we'll see the same build, especially after game 1, after the failed Cloak Banshee aggression, but we can see faster tank production, we can see an early tank drop, we can see commitment into Cyclones. There are other builds that SpeCial has up his sleeve that we do expect to see. I'll be surprised to get into a longer standard macro opener into a macro game. That's not really SpeCial's MO. But we'll see. And it's going to be up to Master to react, to respond, and to keep up with SpeCial. Catching up in the chat. SpeCial, first time seeing him in a long time. Is he playing some tournaments now? SpeCial, he did go on a hiatus after EWC. So SpeCial, he was on like a break for 6 months, I want to say. I think the last time he competed was around like July of last year, like around July. And he was absent throughout August, September, October, November, December, like he was gone. And SpeCial, if you were watching the CranKy Ducklings, we covered him. He did return in, I want to say March, like February, March. He returned playing 2v2 tournaments with Cham. He returned playing 2v2 tournaments. And for the HSL, for the Hispanic StarCraft League, that's when SpeCial started playing again. So he started playing again like in March, coming into April. Then, of course, we had the confirmation of EWC, and SpeCial is now playing in this qualifier. But we don't really. But SpeCial, for the most part, he's not full time anymore. SpeCial doesn't devote as much time to playing. SpeCial, he does practice a little bit. He started playing again for HSL, which was again a couple months ago, like 2 months ago. He started playing again. but we don't really know like his practice regiment or anything like that. So again, nowadays he's playing a little bit more like part-time, like a little bit more for fun, from my understanding. Still a strong player there, still a strong player. But here we go, we're getting into our next game, and spawning in the bottom hand corner of Persephone, we have the Mexican Terran player, the Blue Terran. Down in the series, we'll see if you can bounce back. It is SpeCial. And spawning in the top left-hand corner, we have the red Protoss player from land of Brazil, representing Team Hellfire. It is Master. Here we go. As we are stepping into our next game. Yo, así Tabito in the chat, Tabito, papi Tabito. Oi, why aren't you in the bracket? Maple will coach him. Oh no. David. For now though, we do have our openers underway. Once again, double gas here by SpeCial. Double gas into a faster factory. And we saw that last game this led into an early Cyclone, into add-on swap into Cloak Banshee. Right, this led into Cloak Banshee after the CC. This can lead into Cloak Banshee again. This can lead into early tank, into tank drop. This can lead into committed Cyclones, into 1, then 2 Cyclones, and move out across the map. Like, there are options here available. This can even lead into a mine drop initially, then into delayed Cloak Banshee. But we'll keep an eye on SpeCial. I saw someone in the chat asking about Scarlett. Originally, we were hoping to try to cover Scarlett versus Inexorable, but Inexorable's out of the tournament, and Scarlett has a good chance of going up against Reaper in a qualifying match, but Scarlett is still in the early rounds. So we're still a ways away before Scarlett does end up getting into some of those qualifying matches. Hopefully, we're able to feature some Scarlett later on in the broadcast, but it depends how things line up. Does depend. Like, I would love to cover like Cham's match. I'd love to cover Scarlett's match. I'm referring specifically to their qualifying matches, but again, it depends on, you know, how the brackets turns out, what area is delayed, and where we end up. For now, we're focusing on Master versus SpeCial, which is a banger. Like, I feel like a lot of people that don't watch much like American StarCraft or Latin American StarCraft probably don't know who Master is. Like, Master, he's, I would say, the best Protoss in Latino America right now, or maybe top 2 with Mute. Like, I think there's an argument to be made between Mute and Master. Like, they're both top 2, I would say. But Master has been playing and competing a lot over the years and has been improving a lot as well. I remember when he was a young boy playing back in 2020, 5 years ago. Now he's an old man. And as I mentioned before, like, I do favor him like in a longer game against SpeCial, but like SpeCial's terrifying, like especially early on. Speaking of, we did have the tech lab on the initial factory. We have initially the Marine Mudamine drop into very early tank production. Remember, last game we went for the add-on swap. This time no swap. This time really fast tanks. So the tank count is going to get fast or get high real fast and real quick. Drop gets across the map. Behind this, it is going to be 2-gate charge. Oh. Interesting. Shield batteries on the low ground. Sentry goes down. No force field. And there's gonna be a tough hold here. Mine shot. Ooh, takes down 2 slugs. 2 slugs go down. Brutal losses there for Master. Ay. Master, he will hold, but that was a shaky defense, as he will lose 2 probes. So in the end, it was going to be 2 probes, a Sentry, a Stalker for a Widowmine, Reaper, and 2 Marines. This is a better trade for SpeCial. But what I find intriguing here, that's not Blink, that's Charge. Now, I believe, from my understanding, going into like 4-gate or 3 to 4-gate charge like this is designed to hard counter a tank-based all-in. But before we can even talk about the tank all-in, 5 probe kills, 6. Master, he doesn't take this seriously. He bleeds out too many workers. He does not pull away. He gets punished for it. 7 workers go down. That is critical damage, and that should not have happened. That should not have happened. Ay. Third base is now being taken. It was out of position, had to be canceled, had to be rebuilt. And Master, here in game 2, he is struggling. Charge is now done, which is great and all. Here comes the tank push, but unfortunately, Master, he has no tell. He has no tell that it's coming. He doesn't know. He's trying to move out, but I mean, he has no reason to warp in to get ready back at home. Takes down a medevac. And again, Mastery can shut this down if only he was aware. As only has 2 zealots. Only 2 zealots. He's getting more gateways, and SpeCial, he's going to be able to sneak up on him. He can even just ignore the 3rd and go straight for the natural, to be honest. Yeah, Mastery's out of position. Yeah, he's out of position, he's racing back home. Mastery's supply blocked, he cannot warp in. He has all these gateways and he can't use them. There we go. As also collapsing in the army. Trying to force friendly fire. Nice on siege there by SpeCial. He will pull away. And he will get out. And again, you can see just how effective Chargels can be when it comes to engaging with these tanks early on. Like, that was a nice defense by Master. But he's got some recovering to do. And SpeCial does get away with the medevac. Does boost away. Behind this, what do we have? We have 2 more Raxes in production. Uh-oh. Sorry, 5 in total. We have a 5 rack setup. Stim is on the way. Early Stim production, no more tanks. And this is going to hit like a truck. Stim, combat shields +1. Master has to buy time for Colossus production. Needs more time. Not in a bad time because doing my job. Tomorrow I'll be there. Gah! Oh, let's go. I'll be cheering for you, Tabito. We might cost you tomorrow. We might cost you. Those who don't know Tabito, he's of course a Peruvian Terran player. Este Tabito. We'll be there for him. Master pulls away. He does spot at least the initial drop move out. SpeCial does expand. Okay, SpeCial, he's expanding, taking a 3rd CC. I wasn't sure if he would commit on 2 bases, but he is settling down. And we're getting to a longer game state. Okay. From here, drop into the main. Is going to be shut down. Oh no! Is going to be cleaned up. Likewise, SpeCial, he was distracted. Better fights out of Master. And this is what he needs. This is what he needs. Better fights, better engagements. Master moving up with the Colossus. Can Master break this position? Remember, there's only 1 tank. There's no Widow Mines. I think he can. If he brings everything together, he can try to break this, but not without the Colossus, though. Okay, he's a little bit too soon, a little bit premature. Has to pull away. Does back up. Does back up. Whew. Okay, we're taking a breath. SpeCial building up. Master, he is behind when it comes to his base count. He needs a 4th. He needs to get up and running as quickly as possible. SpeCial being active. With a heavy bio army. Especially he does get a glimpse of the Zealots. Did spot them. Does fan out, pulls away. More Colossus are building up. And Zealots do get across the map, but alas, there's plenty of units here to defend. Yeah, SpeCial is ready. He will shut this down. The Zealots, they don't get any damage. Nice control here by SpeCial. Does target down the Zealots ahead of time. They'll slow them down. We'll clean most of them up. Very efficient trade. Meanwhile, we do have a 2nd robo on the way. Disruptors are amassing as well. Now, as we get into a longer game state, I mean, Master, despite having a shaky start to the game, he is stabilizing. It's still going to be a shaky defense. That's a lot of Vikings. So far, how many? 8 Vikings for SpeCial. The goal here to focus down those Colossus. I believe there's no War Prism. Oh, sorry, there is one, but it's across the map. Yeah, it's not here to juggle the Colossus. And he commits. He does commit to the fight. Colossus are going to be targeted down. He gets one. One Colossus does fall. Now the other. There's one Colossus left. And we need more Zealots. We need more charge lots. It's stuck behind the army. Never coming in. Disruptor does overextend. And SpeCial is done it. SpeCial is done it. He breaks on through. Again, that was a rough fight for Master. SpeCial does outscale him. Had plenty of Vikings, plenty of Ghosts, EMPs as well. And Master, he wasn't able to recover. Not from the early game. GG gets called, and SpeCial takes game number 2, tying up the series 1-1. Whew, GG. Again, it's so difficult to recover from that kind of early game aggression. So difficult to make up for those early losses. Master, he almost got there, almost, but not quite. Not quite. With that, he was just overwhelmed. GG. GG, well played. With that, we have a back and forth, and we're getting into game number 3. We'll see if Master can have a cleaner early game, or if SpeCial can ramp up that aggression and break him early on once again. Here we go. As our players are getting ready. Here we go. Do have our lobby. And our next game is going to be on Ultra Love. Ultra Love is coming up next. One of these smaller maps in the map pool. Aggression is favored here on Ultra Love as well. So we'll see what SpeCial can pull off. Oh no. And here we go. We are now getting into our next game, and spawning in the bottom left hand corner of Ultra Love, we have the Mexican Terran player, the Blue Terran, tying up the series 1-1. We'll see if he can extend that lead and set for CA. If we'll see if we can extend that lead, it is SpeCial. Maintain that momentum. There we go. And spawning in the top right hand corner, we have as opponent, we have the Red Protoss player, the Red Protoss himself from Atlanta, Brazil, representing Team Hellfire. It is Master. We've been up for, what is it, 13 hours now, casting? Let's go, let's go. Again, we should be hitting 15 hours, I think, by the end of the broadcast. We'll get there. For those that are maybe just now tuning in, we started, of course, 13 hours ago with with the EWC Asia qualifier. That led into the European qualifier. Now we're here with the Americas qualifier. Been up. Been casting. Let's go. Hasn't been non-stop. There have been like 2-hour breaks in between each qualifier cast. So we have had some breaks. So I was able to get some food in between and able to rest up. Rest my voice, I should say. Edit VODs. But we are the only streamers that have done all 3. The only ones. That's just how we do. It's how we do. That's not double gas. Double gas opener here at a SpeCial. Likewise, we do have our standard opener out of Master. Gate Cyber Expand. Gate Cyber Expand. Let's go. Once again, with this double gas opener, that means a faster factory, delayed TC from SpeCial. Now, remember in game 1, this led into, of course, an add-on swap into faster cloak Banshee. In the last game, we saw earlier tank production into a very early tank push. If you remember, it began with a Widowmine drop, Marine drop into the natural, and that was able to kind of lay the stage here for the follow-up tank push to push in between the bases to catch out the army to try to break the third. This time, what do we go for? We have yet to commit into too many Cyclones. But SpeCial does have a plethora of builds up his sleeves. Up his sleeve even. But now there's that reactor. Hellion first. We could just commit into Reactor Reaper Hellion and even go for a medevac to support. Okay, Hellion first into Widowmine. Now moving out. Trying to catch out the Adept. Oh! And we'll be able to. Nice pickup. Yeah, nice control here by SpeCial. Takes down the Adept. Now going for the Stalker, and Mastery's in trouble. Yeah, he has to pull away. Does kite back, trading as best he can, but he will lose that Stalker. And does not pick up a Reaper or a Hellion. They get low, but they don't go down. Behind this, there's that Widowmine, that medevac as well. Moving out with the drop. Guys rushing past. Once again, no shield battery. So far, SpeCial he's deflected. 2 more gates on the way. I believe that should be a 3-gate. Yep, 3-gate blink setup. Very safe play. Sorry, 4-gate blink. Once again, just like game number 1, we are committing into 4 gateways. Very aggressive. SpeCial pokes in, and he does confirm. Does get eyes on 3 gateways at the natural, and of course the 1 gate in the main. He knows. SpeCial, he's aware. Behind this, we were curious where the Tech Lab was going to be. Tech Lab stays on the factory, going for early tank and Liberator aggression. Meanwhile, drop comes in. Drop does come in. And Widowmine shots have yet to really connect. So far, picking up 2 probes. Oh my god, takes down a Stalker. And 1 Widowmine will escape. Widowmine pulls away, Reapers as well. Very efficient trade here from SpeCial. Very efficient. Meanwhile, he's building up his tank count. Reapers into the main. Getting a probe. Gets 1, gets 2. Now, these are better trades for SpeCial just because Reapers, they don't scale well, right? They don't scale well into a longer game, so whatever he can get is solid. Oof. No blink, another Stalker goes down. Master, his attention's being spread thin. A lot of losses here. Losing 5 probes, 3 Stalkers. Bearing in mind, he did open up 4-gate blink. And SpeCial is secure. His tanks are set. Where did the Liberator go? Oh, there it is. I was like, what happened? The Liberator does hit the main. Nice target firing at the SpeCial. Gets 1, 2, 3 probe kills. Now, bearing in mind, there's no stim, there's no bunker either. If the Stalker count was a little bit higher, then I could see Master breaking this position. But he does go for the dive. Gets the tank. Takes down the tank, does pull away. Please add another 2 Stalkers. That was a better trade for Master. That was a better trade, bearing in mind there are no more tanks. Like, there's no more Tech Lab on the factory, there's no tank production, there's only 1 tank left. And without any tanks, we can trade against the Marines. Boys are being pulled, does repair in time. But these are better trades for Master. Behind this expanding, getting a 3rd base, charge on the way, Fortress +1. Master rotates into the main. The tank is in position to protect the Tech Lab at least, but not the other add-ons. Master, he does spot the tank. Oh, goes for the reactor. Reactor goes down. And should blink away. There we go, does blink away in time. The blink control is on point, and he doesn't lose a single Stalker. But the Observer will fall though. Observer does fall. Massive rotating over towards low ground. There are 2 bunkers in position. Nice blink control. Does pull away. Yeah, SpeCial is not being broken. Back at home, we do see Master on full 3-base saturation, at least mineral-wise. Building up his charge lots. We do have the Bay on the way for Colossus. Once again, no Storm. It's interesting just because right now in the meta, it is a lot more common for Protoss players to go into Storm because of the energy overcharge. But Master has been a lot more fond of Colossus instead. Does feel like a very stylistic choice. We'll see if at any point Master does invest into Storm. There's pros and cons to Storm. At the moment, there is a lot more potential with Storm. Like, there's a little more value that you can gain with it. Master, he does lose a Stalker. One Stalker goes down, and Master getting ready for a backstab. Prism is going to be able to warp in. SpeCial moving out. Moves out, does catch a Stalker. Gets one, gets two. And Master inattentive. Zoltan moving in. Back across the map, nothing on him to defend. SCVs are going to be going down, but especially just commits. He's just going to commit anyway. No warp in, no reinforcements. Master getting a fourth. That's very ambitious. Fourth base on the way. Needs time for the Colossus. Can't engage quite yet. And now he has to. It's too soon. It's too soon here. Master's going to lose every single Zealot. The Colossus now arrives. It's going to be close. Nah, there's none of Zealots. None of Chargels here. It's still so close, so the tank is going to fall. Takes down the tank. And Master holds. Whew. Master does hold, but that was an expensive hold here for Master. He lost the Immortals. Both Immortals went down. All the Zealots as well. Again, the Colossus was just a couple of seconds too late. Does survive though. And he gets away with a fourth. Meanwhile, SpeCial gets a third. SpeCial gets a third base up and running. And it's one of those things where, sure, Master, he defends, he survives, but those were expensive losses. Ideally, as a Protoss player, you want the Protoss army to build up over time, with the Colossus, with the Immortals, with the Stalkers as well. It's not run base too soon. SpeCial in position. SpeCial is ready for this. He does zone Master away. Now he should be a little bit more wary of those Zealot run-bys. That's a lot of Marines, a lot of Marauders. And without Storm, this army is going to get out of hand. Speaking of Storm, there it is, Templar Archives on the way, but this is a late Templar Archives. Go. As this is a terrifying bio army here for SpeCial. Colossus, their utility here is limited because of the Vikings. Again, there are 7 Vikings. And Master, he needs to zone at the same time. They'll say, do hit the base. SpeCial doesn't care. Does commit. First Colossus goes down. He gets one. Nice EMP. Takes down the first Colossus. Takes down the second. And takes down the third Colossus as well. Yeah, Master, he cannot hold on. He's being overwhelmed. Base goes down. But alas, the army falls for Master. Master, he cannot contest against this. Not without splash damage. And again, Colossus, they're just not in. I feel like you're seeing here as well the reason why Storm, I should say, is in meta right now. Less so Colossus. Colossus is just so vulnerable. They go down so fast and so quick. If the Viking Hunt is there, I'll pick up. We do see Master trying to break out. Vikings do land. The Nova does connect. Massive connection. But there's still just so much. There's still just so much left over. Yeah, the Nova was not good enough. And SpeCial, he will overwhelm. He will overwhelm GG. And SpeCial, he will take a lead in the series at 2-1. GG, well played. And again, the Colossus, they just haven't really been a factor, both in this game and the last game as well. Just because of the heavy Viking count, the Colossus, they are just so fast to be targeted down. There are ways to counteract that, specifically when it comes to zoning Vikings away with your Stalker movement and your Stalker positioning. Likewise, with a War Prism as well to help juggle and try to bait out Viking shots and preserve the Colossus as well. But you do have to babysit. You have to babysit your Colossus. So they are fragile units. You have to protect them with your Stalkers, protect them with your War Prism. Otherwise, they go down so quickly. And with that, Master, he's one game, SpeCial is one game away here from claiming the series. Master, can he recover? Can he bounce back? And can he force the ace match? I want to believe he can. Ooh, but this is a rough map. Oh, yeah. Up next, we are going to be loading into Pylon. Pylon is going to be coming up next year. Pylon is one of the smaller maps on the map pool. This map is known for aggression, is known for all-ins. And this is going to favor SpeCial, for sure. It is going to favor his style. We'll see how Master adjusts. We'll see how he adjusts over time. We'll see how he will change his approach, if at all. Let's go. Here we go. As we're getting into potentially the final game of the series, SpeCial needs one more game to claim it to advance on into the next round. Let's go as we're getting some updates here. Dolan took down Riser to 0. Cham took down Haptaya. We have Cham versus Dolan. Ay. Best of luck. Best of luck to all mijitos. Best of luck. As we are getting into our next game here, and again, potentially the final game of the series is spawning in the top left-hand corner of Pylon. We have the Mexican Terran player. We have the blue Terran leading the series 2-1, one game away from qualifying for the America's Closed Qualifier. It is SpeCial. And spawning in the bottom right-hand corner, we have the red Protoss player representing Team Hellfire from land of Brazil. Down in the series, he has to fight back here and now to force the ace match. It is Master. And we open up not with what I expected, I'll be honest. Coming into Pylon, the rush distance by ground is very short. The rush distance by ground is very direct as well. We do see a lot of all-ins in all matchups on Pylon, not just in TVP, but again, in all matchups this is applicable. But we do see SpeCial opening up with a proxy racks across the map. I would imagine the plan here is to... I was going to say the plan is to go for a bunker rush, to go for a bunker here on the low ground, and to deny some mining time. There is only one Rax here, which is what's interesting me. Double gases. How are we piecing this all together? Let's go. Let's find out. As the Rax will complete. Reaper's on the way. And yeah, we're going for the bunker. Okay. We're sane. I was like, this looks like a bunker rush. Yeah, so the goal should be for the SCV to poke in and to try to get a bunker behind the mineral line. Or in the mineral line. Oh, actually, never mind. Going for the eBay block. Okay. Doing one better. eBay block here at the natural. Master will be forced to pull the boys. Actually, did open up Zealots. Never mind. As he did probe scouts. The Zealot has arrived. Probe scout does confirm the Rax is missing. That is a factory, so the Rax is nowhere to be found. And the Reaper does reveal itself. We do get the chrono boost here on that Stalker. Reaper dives in. Oh. Nice control. Reaper goes down, but did get 2 probe kills, so not the worst trade from SpeCial. Behind this, more Reapers are on the way. And Master has yet to expand. And he needs to. SpeCial is the first to get his CC. Ay. Master moving forward. Does get a... Oh, that was a kill! Oh my god. That should not have happened here. So that was a kill, not a cancel for SpeCial. Despite the fact that he killed 2 probes, I would say this is now suddenly a much better start for Master here. I mean, I say that. It is still a late expansion. True, like, the base is still late and the economy is still delayed, but, I mean, hey, he does kill the eBay at least. Wasted resources for SpeCial. Back at home, oh, god. I mean, SpeCial, he's one to do this. Mech. Second factory's on the way. SpeCial, he's gonna mech it up and make it happen. Oh boy. So mech is seen at the highest level of play, specifically players like Gumiho, for example. Bjorn and Maru have also been playing mech as of late. Specifically though, Bjorn and Maru, they've played mech against Zerg players. Gumiho does, or is one of the few that does play mech against Protoss. SpeCial is one that does it as well. There are some niche builds where you can go into these very heavy, these very crisp Cyclone timings, where you can catch out a Protoss army and overwhelm them, and that should be what SpeCial is going for. Right, Cyclones are revealed. Macro accelerators on the way. And the problem is that I don't know how much experience Master has against this, right? Like, how often does Master play against this kind of play on the ladder? He doesn't often play against players like Gumiho, I would imagine. So, yeah, we'll see how he's able to respond to this. Ideally, against mech, you do want to go into charge lots. Like, charge lots, they're kind of like Zerglings in a sense where they do a great job at tanking lock-ons and closing the distance and closing the gap and diving on top of Cyclones as well. So ideally, you want to get into a mass gateway composition, charge lots with Archon support, with Immortal support, into a robust ground army. But the first step is confirming what's happening. Currently, Master still doesn't know. Observer moves out. Master is still in the dark. Behind this, going into 3-gate blink. So 3-gate blink Stalker. This is just a standard safe opener out of Master into a third base. And this should lead into charge, naturally. Like, it should just lead into charge. And there we go, charge is on the way. From here we should be seeing a 4-gen +1. Observer does see the Cyclones. He knows. He now knows what's going on. But can he do anything about it? That's the problem here. There's one Cyclone for each Stalker. Mastery pulls away. He needs more warp-ins. There we go. He set up. Does waste a shot here on the Reaper. Does not break the lock-on. Yeah, lock-on isn't broken. 2 Stalkers going down already. Getting up to 3. 3 Stalkers do go down. And you can see these Cyclones just bully the Stalkers. Ay, ay, ay. As once again, lock-on. He dives in. Oh, he's crazy. He dives in, which means the lock-ons, they stay on. And with that, every Stalker goes down. Blinking forward was a bold move. It's not worth it. Not worth it in the end. And SpeCial has done it. SpeCial, he has done it. He has broken through. That was a bold move there by Master. He was thinking he could maybe break through those Cyclones, but no, you cannot respect the Cyclone, Papi. SpeCial, he will overwhelm. He will claim the series 3-1, qualifying for the Americas closed qualifier. GG. Whew, GG, well played. SpeCial does make it through. Again, I don't know how much experience Master has against Battle Mech in specifically TVP, and unfortunately he just wasn't able to buy enough time for extra warp-ins. He wasn't able to buy enough time for charge either. It was a bit of a later scout from Master, and again he panic responded here by trying to dive and blink forward onto those Cyclones. The problem is that in doing so, you don't actually break the lock-on. Like blinking forward or blinking away, if you're still within range, the lock-on is persistent. It does persist and it does remain. And yeah, the Stalkers, they just melted. Oof. GG. GG, well played. And with that, SpeCial is going to be one of the first, if not the first player to make it through. To qualify. And what do we have next is the question. What's going on? What else is happening here on the bracket? Let's catch up on the bracket. Again, congratulations to SpeCial as he does advance on into the closed qualifier. My condolences to Master. He played well for himself, especially game 1. Game 1 did kind of set a tone for the series, but in the end was overwhelmed. So GG, well played. Meanwhile, when it comes to some of these updates, we do have a Trigger. He's waiting in a qualifying match, waiting for the winner of Foxer and Mute. Meanwhile, Juanito, SpeCial, he is now qualified for the closed qualifier. Scrolling down, we have Scarlett. Scarlett's up against Ryojin. Ooh, okay. Scarlett's up against Ryojin in a soon-to-be qualifying match. They're facing off in a ZBZ, or I guess ZBT. Did hear that Scarlett was maybe playing another race. And likewise, Cham is up against Dolan. I don't know if anyone's covering that. I know that Pig is covering some of this, I believe. No, never mind. Never mind. I know that Cosmos was with us. I know that Reaper is streaming his POV, but he's also still waiting for his next opponent. And we'll see. So there aren't that many options available to us here. So Cham and Dolan, I would love to cover that series, but they're currently looking to face off. Likewise, we do have the upper match, which is still ongoing as well. I got you. Where's my Enki? Oh, looks like Mute just beat Foxer. Mute versus Trigger. Let's go. Commencing. As up next we do have a ZVZ. Oh. We have a ZVZ ahead of us, and apparently Scarlett did play Terran in game 1 and did pay the price for it, so it did not go well. Not go well for Scarlett, but here we go. We're getting into our next series. We're jumping in mid-series and spawning in the top left-hand corner of Incorporeal. We have the red Zerg player. We have the Canadian Zerg representing Shopify Rebellion. It is Scarlett. And spawning in the bottom right-hand corner, we have the Bolivian Zerg player himself representing Infernales Esports. It is Ryojin. Moving up with a drone? What's happening? Ryojin, let's go. Ryojin, of course, currently the best player in all of Bolivia. At one point, that was in the hands of Dark Unnamed, but Dark Unnamed did retire many years ago at this point, and Ryojin has taken up that mantle as the best in Bolivia. And so far, pool first. Ooh, pool first opener here by Scarlett. The drone is here to block and to delay. Ryojin, he's an animal. Oh my god. He's here to delay. He does force down a second drone. The first one taking a lot of hits, and Scarlett will soon be able to expand. Oh, there we go. Expansion's on the way. Ryojin's going to be forced back. Does force a bit of an awkward opener out of Scarlett. With a pull first, this is going to be, of course, late gas. Late gas is here from Scarlett. This can lead into 2-base Roach. This most likely will lead into 2-base Roach, but we'll keep an eye on the setup here. Ryojin back at home going hatch, gas, pool. Standard setup here by our blue Zerg player. As a result, we'll have faster link speed. So because the gas timing here is standard from Ryojin, also predictions. Predictions are open, place your bets. But because the gases here are so much faster for Ryojin, he will have faster link speed, which is why Scarlett should be going to 2-base Roach, because there's going to be a big window in time where, I mean, why bother with link speed if you're going to be this far behind? That's typically what the approach is, but we'll see. As links are moving out, looking to force a response out of Ryojin. Does try to force a response. Lings are building up. 6 lings on the way. Ryojin looking to expand it, take a third. Scarlett pokes into the main, and with good enough control, Ryojin should not lose a drone. 1 drone goes down, gets 1, gets 2. Yeah, better trade here from Scarlett. Takes down 2 drones. From here, has to pull away. Oh. Link speed, I believe, was delayed. Okay, there should have been faster link speed here for Ryojin. Not the case. Never mind. Scarlett has caught up. Both players are investing. And we're settling in. There's going to be a Ling Bane here out of Ryojin. We should be seeing a Bane Nest soon out of Scarlett. There it is. Bathing Nest is on the way. Oh, right. Snipe the gas workers, of course. I was a little bit perplexed why the gases were, or why Link speed was so much later for Ryojin, but Scarlett did kill 2 gas mining workers there. So really crucial pickups there from Scarlett. It makes sense. And because that window where we have Link speed over Scarlett isn't really there. As Link speed now kicks in for Scarlett as well. From here we have a Roach Warren here back at home. We can see Ryojin trying to wall up. Ryojin gets into the middle line and we'll get potentially 1 drone. Not quite. Oh my god, behind this nice connection here. Ryojin does trade well with the initial bailing. Behind this Roach production has already begun, and Ryojin is not droning. He's going for the all-in. Yeah, Ryojin is going for the all-in. No drones whatsoever. Ryojin is going to commit. Lings, they check the third. No saturation, which is fine. But Lings is zoned away. Thanks to the bailing. Scarlett is in the dark. Back at home. Is teching. We have a third base on the way. Gases are being taken. Scarlett droning up to 42. Oh my god. Spine crawlers are being thrown down. Now she sees. Now she knows. Scarlett, she's now aware of the all-in. Scarlett's now aware, but doesn't matter. Is this too late? I feel like this should be. But a lot of this will come down to the bailings. How many bailings do we have? 2. 2 bailings here for Scarlett. Roachling Bane moving forward here for Ryojin. There's 2 spine crawlers on the way. Now, the rush distance by ground on this map is quite long, so that will help Scarlett. Oh! As 1 bathing goes off, there's 1 bathing left. Yeah, 1 bathing remaining. The wall is broken. The spine calls are not done. Bathings, they crash into the queens. Roach production underway. Spine calls are finishing. 1 queen goes down. 2nd queen goes down. Bailings are waddling in. They connect with... Oh! They're going for the mineral line. They're trying to at least. Another queen goes down. But Scarlett is holding. Oh my god! Scarlett is holding on, but Bailings, they connect. As Ryojin's running out of steam. He's running out of steam, and this is not good enough. This is not good enough damage. Didn't kill the spine crawlers. Didn't break the base. Ryojin, he's on 24 workers. Scarlett is up 10 drones. That was nice damage, but not good enough. Not good enough. The all-in has failed. And now Scarlett is getting out of hand. Scarlett's now getting out of hand, getting out of control. Now moving out. Ryojin has potential to maybe surround this army. Was Ryojin supply block? Potentially. As the wall is solid. Yeah, the wall is solid. Lings, they do nothing. And Ryojin is still not droning. Now, the best case scenario for Ryojin would be if Scarlett were to counterattack, because then Ryojin could try to catch this army. Now he starts droning. Oh, god. Now he starts droning. Also, Scarlett, she was able to cancel her 3rd base in time, get the refund. Spire is on the way, going into 2 base Muta. And from here, Scarlett should be fine. The only chance that Ryojin has is if Scarlett makes mistakes. If Scarlett overextends, if she attacks with the roaches, for example, if she moves out with the roaches, if she gets supply blocked. I mean, there are opportunities here for Ryojin potentially, but has to rely again on those mistakes. As Ryojin has a ways to go if he wants to drone. Oh boy. And again, there was potential with this build. It is unfortunate that this is on Incorporeal. We spoke about it, but the rush distance by ground is just really long. It's really long on Incorporeal. This is not the ideal map for all-ins. This map is not ideal. Ryojin getting cornered, has to get the hell out of here. Does pull away. Muta production well underway here for Scarlett. And Ryojin's still just having a hard time, like droning or making units or droning. Like, it's still very haphazard here for Ryojin. Very much so. Mutas are revealed, and it's all or nothing. At this point, it's all or nothing for Ryojin. He's going to commit across the map. Leaves out some roaches. 2 roaches going down. And GG gets called. The writing has been on the wall for a while here, and Scarlett will tie up the series 1-1. We are going to the ace match. Whew, GG. Oh my god, we are going to the ace match here. And again, like, we had a pretty intense back and forth. Ryojin, he had potential with the initial all-in, just because it was scouted so late by Scarlett. But again, the map was working against Ryojin. Scarlett had more time to build up the spine crawlers. The spine crawlers were not targeted down. Likewise, the spies at the Banelings connecting into the mineral line, it did not matter. It did not matter in the end, as there were plenty of drones, plenty of workers. With that, GG. With that, GG, well played. Oh, we're going to the ace match. We're loading into Tokamak. Dolan beat Cham. Did I hear that right? No, they're playing. They're playing. They're currently mid-series. Dolan and Cham. Here we go. We're now getting into the ace match, and we'll see how the story ends. We'll see how the story ends. We'll see who can make it here to face off against Reaper. I just realized it's going to be non-stop ZVZs. Scarlett versus Ryojin into Reaper. And we know how that series is going to go. It's going to be a short best of 5 is what I will say, regardless of who makes it through. But spawning in the bottom-hand corner of Tokamak, we have the Canadian Zerg player. We have the Red Zerg representing Shopify Rebellion. It is Scarlett. Tying up the series 1-1. And spawning in the right-hand corner, we have our opponents. We have the Bolivian Zerg player, the Blue Zerg representing Infernalis Esports. It is Ryojin. Here we go. And coming into this against Scarlett is the favorite player. Someone was saying it in the chat earlier, but yes, game 1, Scarlett did off-race. Game 1, Scarlett did play Terran. I just sneezed. But Ryojin was able to punish Scarlett's Terran, and again, that's why Ryojin had a lead initially. But now that we settled into our main races, Scarlett is the heavy favorite, for sure. Ryojin knows this, and as a result, did attempt the all-in previously. Can we do it again? Can we get away with it? As we load into Tokamak. I don't know what the vetoes were, but I mean, clearly, Tokamak is also a large map. It's long rushes to my ground. Like, all-ins, they do not work well on this map. Likewise on Incorporeal either. So, with this in mind, Ryojin might go for a more standard build instead. We'll see. We'll keep an eye on Ryojin. This time, Hatch Gas Pool. Hatch Gas Pool. For my 2 players, we're settling in. We'll keep an eye on Scarlett and Ryojin to see how they do approach the mid-game. Someone was asking earlier about SpeCial and his inactivity. I think someone brought up the question about Scarlett. Scarlett was also similar to SpeCial in the sense that Scarlett also took time off after EWC. Basically didn't compete in any StarCraft tournaments since last year, July-ish of 2024. So it was on a very, very long hiatus, but recently did return. Recently came back to playing some open tournaments. Spent a lot of time abroad and overseas. Now I believe is back in Canada. And started playing in Open Cups. Unfortunately was not able to be a part of DreamHack Dallas, but is going to be a part of EWC. Still going to be a part of the Esports World Cup. And I do think that Scarlett has a good chance to be a part of it, of course. There are some big names in the region, still, I would say. I mean, in the heyday, the top 3 would have been Scarlett, Trigger, and Estrella. Some people did note as well, Estrella was not a part of today's qualifiers, and hopefully is a part of tomorrow's qualifiers. Hopefully. Scarlett does clean up the initial lings. Overlord gets zoned away. We have our Baneling Nest additionally here by Ryojin. As both players will be supply blocked. Both players losing Overlords. And Scarlett is committing here. 14 Lings on the way. Ryojin rushing into a Roach Warren. Very early wall here by Ryojin. Very early. As a result, there are less Lings. I mean, Ryojin's still supply blocked. These Overlords are late. Very late Overlords. It's going to be a tough hold for Ryojin. Ling Flood is pushing forward. Still supply block, by the way. Such a long supply block. Aye, aye, aye. Tries to engage. Bailey's rolling forward. They will zone. They will zone, but alas, Lings, they collapse on in. They get us around here on the hatchery. Bailey gets triggered prematurely. Nice control out of Scarlett. Baits at the Bailing. Once again, one Bailing left. Only one Bailing. And it's not going to be enough. The third base is going to go down. A massive pickoff. And again, Ryojin was supplied almost the entire time. Now Ryojin forced into an all-in. And this is actually a similar setup to last game. So purely Ling Roach, 24 drones. Basically one base all-in. There's a couple of workers here at the natural. It's all or nothing. Once again, 2 spine crawlers on the way. And once again, the rush distance by ground is so long. Scarlett has time. We'll see if Scarlett lets the third base finish this time. We'll see if it does complete. Roach is pushing forward. Scarlett will delay the push, just buying time here for those spine crawlers. As Ryojin does move over. Heads towards the expansion, towards the third. But Ryojin needs more than just the third base. The third base doesn't matter. Bailing's rolling forward. Oh no! Ooh, they shut down the Bailings. Yeah, and with that, Scarlett just collapses in. There's no Bailings left for Ryojin. Ryojin gets surrounded. They're going to be shut down. I say that the Roaches, they hold their own for a time, but only for a time. Even without the spine crawlers, Scarlett, she holds. She shuts this down. And Scarlett is looking to make it to a qualifying match. As Ryojin is just out of steam. There's no third base. It was killed earlier. Behind this, there's no drones, no saturation, no nothing. The longer this goes on, the worse it is for Ryojin. Scarlett just chilling. Just chilling back at home. Taking a gas geyser, droning up, saturating. Nice round on the Queen. Nice round. Scarlett just confirming no lair. There's no lair, there's no gases. Ryojin going for a second all-in. And Scarlett has already repositioned those spine crawlers. Spine crawlers are repositioned. The base is low, that's true, but even if Ryojin commits and kills the expansion, it doesn't really matter. Scarlett is still in 42 workers. And Ryojin still is not droned. Still in 25. Bailing's gonna crash in. And Scarlett just shuts down the push, shuts down the all-in. Plenty of Roaches. GG gets called, and Scarlett will claim the series 2-1, advancing on to a qualifying match. GG. Whew. GG, well played. Congratulations here. Scarlett will claim the series, will advance on, and Ryojin will tap out. Again, Ryojin went for the same all-in twice. Unfortunately, likewise, the all-in was also on some of the larger maps of the map pool as well. The only worst map would have been Maganatha, to be honest, to embrace it on the largest map in the map pool. Alas, Scarlett was able to scout in time, especially in Game 3. Game 3 was a much more dominant showing by Scarlett. Game 2 was more shaky, was a little bit more haphazard, just because it was a much later scout, a much later confirmation. But here, Scarlett was ready ahead of time. GG. GG, well played. With that, Scarlett will claim the series, and we're now getting ready for our next qualifying match. It is going to be Scarlett versus Reaper. Oh boy. Now, I mentioned this earlier. If you weren't here for the previous series, then you may not be familiar. Reaper, he is the strongest, the best Zerg player in all of America, in all of the United States. And he's also very cheesy, very aggressive. Scarlett is familiar with Reaper. They do have a history. I mean, again, they are familiar with each other. They played against each other before in the past. And again, Reaper, I do expect to see varying different all-ins. We saw a taste of that from Ryojin, but it was the same build two games in a row. From the side of Reaper, I expect I expect a plethora of different builds, and oh boy, it's yeah, it's gonna be an interesting one. It's gonna be a very interesting dynamic. Best of luck. Best of luck to the players, to both Reaper and to Scarlett. Meanwhile, I believe Enki is casting Mute versus Trigger. I don't know if anyone's covering Cham versus Dolan. I hope that there is some coverage there. I just don't know who's covering the event right now. Actually, let's find out. So far, there are 4 streams. It's, of course, ourselves, Steadfast, Cosmos, and Enki. I think it's only 4 streams. Only 4. I'll update the Wikipedia page. So unfortunately, I believe that tells me that Dolan and Cham aren't being casted. But they may have just concluded. Uh-oh. Yeah, they may have just wrapped up. But Vitas are underway. So far, Vitas are underway. And we're going to be going on a short break. As a result, we're just going to be going on a short break here. And when we come back, we will have our next series. We'll have Scarlett versus Reaper ready for you in a ZVC. See you soon. See you soon after the break. Welcome back, everyone. Welcome back to a qualifying match here. A qualifying match of the Esports World Cup, America's Open Qualifier number 1. We're here to determine who's going to advance on to the closer qualifier. Is it going to be one Zerg player or the other? As spawning in the bottom right hand corner of Incorporeal, we have the Canadian Zerg player, the Red Zerg. Representing Shopify Rebellion, it is Scarlett. And spawning in the top left hand corner, we have her opponent. We have the American Zerg player, the Green Zerg, representing I believe that for a time Team Gosu, not too sure anymore. It is Reaper. Not Juanito. I'll fix that up. Un momento. And if you're in the chat, predictions are open. Place your bets on who you think will claim the series. Best of luck in the chat as we jump into our fresh best of 5. Let's go. Let us go. Now, I did mention something earlier. Yeah, there it is. There's the spray, Papi. As Reaper is known for one thing only. That is cheese. That is hyper aggression. I say that. Looks like a gasless opener, a hatch, a pool opener, late gases for Reaper. Much later gases, typically this signifies 2-base Roach. We do see Scarlett, her gas guys is already done. Reaper's just began. So with this, we'll keep an eye on Reaper. We'll see if he does invest into a wall, if he stays on 2 bases, if he does go for something different. Let's find out. We're here to find out. Meanwhile, standard opener out of Scarlett, hatch gas pool out of our Red Zerg player. And of course, predictions are open. Place your bets while you can. Get your gambler going while you can. Coming into the Scarlett is going to be the favorite player to make it through, but Reaper can cause upsets. Has already, I would say, caused upsets. I was looking forward to Inexorable versus Scarlett. Not going to lie. I was looking forward to the TBZ. That's what I wanted, but it's not what we're getting. Because Reaper cheesed the hell out of Inexorable. It was crazy. Was crazy. Behind this, you see Scarlett just droning, getting into link speed. Does pull 1 out of gas. Again, just standard play out of Scarlett. Likewise, across the map, I'm curious what this gas is going to be spent on. We have 100 gas. No link speed. This is what we were curious about. Again, because the gas was so late, it is not uncommon to just skip link speed. You just skip link speed, and what do we go for? 2-base lair. Oh my god, 2-base lair out of Reaper. He stays on 2 bases, he's walling up, he's walling off. Now, what can we do with 2-base lair? We can rush into 2-base muta. True, we can take gases and rush into Spire and rush into muta play. Otherwise, we could go into a Nidus-based all-in. True, into a Nidus roam, into an all-in across the map. We could rush into, I guess, Roach speed, into a Roach-based all-in. But I'm leaning a little bit more towards Spire play. We'll see. We'll see. For now, we're on 1 gas. As a Reaper does fully wall up. Behind the Scarlett is aware. Scarlett is not aware of the gas timing, though, not aware of the lair timing. So Scarlett has some incomplete information, pokes in, gets eyes on the upgrades. This could be anything, could be plus on melee, could be plus on range, could just be a fake out. As no additional gases have been taken. Okay, just now gases are on the way. Roach speed is being... Okay, we're committing to Roaches. Roach speed is on the way. This is going to be a real +1 range. We're going to cancel and start up Aspire. And we're building up on 3 gases. Just really fast Roach speed. Reaper still droning. Behind this, so is Scarlett. Scarlett, of course, does cancel the Baneling Nest. Goes for a Roach Warren into her in +1 range. It's going to be later, but not by too much. Lair's also on the way. Scarlett just poked in. Scarlett did see the research on the Roach Warren. Confirms. Lets her know the lair timing. Lets her know that, of course, we're investing into Roach speed. The lair is almost done. With the completion of the lair, we'll morph in an Overseer. We'll confirm the Scout. There's still a chance that this is a Spire. There's still a chance that there are mutas. So Scarlett has to figure out what's going on. Roaches are revealed. 3rd base now being taken. But I believe we should be seeing a Roach move out soon. And we should be hitting with +1. as more roaches are building up, you can see here Reaper cutting workers at 41, did not take a 4th gas geyser. So this is a 2-base all-in. 2-base all-in at a Reaper, the 3rd base is just there for larva. Just there for larva. Overseer confirms, no gas. No gas in the main. Now Scarlett knows. She's now aware of the roach all-in coming her way. Reaper does move out. Upgrades are done. You can see Scarlett needs a little bit more time for the upgrades. Meanwhile, supply blocks. Oh, 5 overlords on the way. Now it's not the time. Now it's not the time for a supply block. As roaches are still amassing. This is a hatch base. Sorry, I said hatch base all in. Roach is actually backing up in the natural base of Reaper. Interesting. Reaper breaks in. Scarlett sees this, by the way. Has a changeling. Sees all the roaches. This is meant to be a fake out. So this is meant to make it look like Reaper is going to be droning up, making it look like the army is small, but Scarlett sees everything. She doesn't fall for it. Oh boy. Scarlett does drone somewhat, which is a little bit concerning. Here comes the 2-base all-in. Again, one way or another, the game is about to end. Either Reaper breaks Scarlett or he dies trying. Scarlett knocking down the tower. Knocks down the tower. The roach count is not in favor here of Reaper of the Greensburg. Yeah, it's not gonna happen. Scarlett in position. Scarlett looking very comfortable. Doesn't even make spine crawlers. I mean, sorry, does have one spine on the way, but doesn't even need it. Doesn't even need the spine. As Scarlett shuts down the all-in. And again, the hope was that Reaper would hide all those roaches and then catch Scarlett droning and taking into the base, but I mean, Scarlett saw everything. So saw the army. Scarlett is ready. Reaper looking for a way in, but there is no way in. Scarlett even just counterattacking across the map. And there's a chance that Reaper can take a fight if he fights only half of Scarlett's army at a time. There is a chance. But Scarlett is up 30 supply. Almost 40. Roxy get knocked down. Scarlett being sent away. Trying to force her way in. Bleeds out a couple of roaches in the process. But goes to the base. Yeah, it goes to the expansion. Massive pickup. There is no third. And Reaper just doesn't really have much left. And from here, Scarlett is maxed. Pushing into a concave, which won't be pretty, but Scarlett still has the numbers. And it doesn't matter. It does force her way through. Breaks through the initial concave. And there's just not enough here. Not enough for Reaper. GG gets called, and Scarlett takes game number 1, takes a lead in the series. Whew. GG. Does take a lead. And with that, Scarlett is up 1-0. That was merely only game 1. That was merely only game 1. Oh no! As as Smurge, as we will not be able to get into game 2. Unfortunately, they did start without us. I was trying to get Enki into the lobby. Trying to get him in. And yeah, with that, they're getting into game 2. Smurge, happy Smurge. They're getting into game 2, and yeah, so we'll see how that turns out. I suppose we'll see how that turns out. From here, I guess we're going to be going on a short break. We'll see what happens. We'll see how that does turn out, and we'll be able to get into game number 3. Bearing in mind this is a best of 5, so there is going to be a bit of a back and forth, and there are more games ahead of us. But yeah, unfortunately, they did leave us behind. And yeah, well, I guess we'll find out afterwards. It happens. Feels bad, man. Feels bad. But yeah, so for now we're going to be going on a short break. When we come back, we will have the outcome of this game, and we'll be able to get into game 3. We'll be able to get into game 3 momentarily. For now, going on a break, and we'll see you soon. See you soon after the break. And welcome back, everyone. Welcome back. Whew, hope you enjoyed that lovely brutal OC as we returned. We returned with our qualifying match. We returned here with we have returned mid-series into game number 3. Unfortunately, we missed out on game 2. Unfortunately, we weren't able to be a part of that lobby, but we made it here into game 3, into potentially the final game of the qualifier. As spawning in the left-hand corner of Ultra Love, we have the Canadian Zerg player, the Red Zerg, representing Shopify Rebellion. It is Scarlett. And spawning in the top right hand corner, we have our opponent. We have the American Zerg player, the Green Zerg. It is Reaper. And unfortunately, we missed out on game number 2. From what I could tell, I believe game 2 was attempted mutaplay. We did see attempted mutaplay out of Reaper, and with mixed success. With mixed success, wasn't quite able to achieve too much with it. Scarlett ended up punishing Reaper in the end, and with that, did snowball out control, at least from what I could glean. Meanwhile, we do have a much earlier gas geyser here, so gas pool opener out of Reaper, very aggressive. Hatch gas pool, standard opener out of Scarlett. Let's go. Let us go. Let us go. As again, a late expansion here from Reaper. Faster gas, faster spawning pool leads into faster link speed, into potentially faster banelings as well. Let's go. Let's see how hard Reaper commits. Link speed is on the way, and he doesn't pull out. It does not pull out of gas, so we should be going for initially link speed into a Bane us as well, into a Bane bust. Let's go. So Reaper, he is going all in. Back at home, Scarlett currently is on the wiser. The Overlord does dip in for a scout. The Overlord will confirm the timing of the hatchery, will confirm how late it is. Does see how late the hatchery is, does see how early the links are. Scarlett more or less is aware of the aggression, but doesn't know how committed this is not aware of the Baneling nest. He's not aware of the nest. Lings, they move out. Lings, they do move out. We have a safety spine crawler on the way here for Scarlett on the high ground. Scarlett does abandon the low ground here, setting up in the main. Does set up. Reaper pushing in. Oh. Does move in. Alas, going to be zoned away. And so far, Scarlett is defending for the time being. Again, we're just waiting for the banelings. Baneliness is almost complete. Just now finishing. And Reaper's not joining. Reaper's not joining up. Reaper is backing up links back at home to go for the flood. To go for the flood across the map. Scarlett taking this seriously. Baneliness is already on the way for Scarlett. Spine crawl in the low ground. It's going to be difficult to break. Another banelings. Banelings get called out. And they will be targeted down. Yeah, the banelings do not finish. Reaper, he pulls the trigger. It's all or nothing. At least 2 banelings do morph in. But it's not going to be easy to break this. We have 2 queens. We have a spine crawler as well. Scarlett is ready. Scarlett is ready. Banelings rolling forward. 1 baneling gets started down. So the second. 2 banelings left over. Does surround the queens at least. Oh. Gets one of the queens. Gets 2. Once again, the banelings are targeted. Once again, the spine cooler does hold, does defend, and Reaper's running out of steam. Reaper, he's running out of steam. As Reaper trying to maintain himself here. Denies the baneling at least. But there's still a couple more banelings left over. And Scarlett holds. Scarlett, she does hold on. She defends. And Scarlett does have a lead. Has additional workers, has a higher drone count. Queens are building up. And it's very bittersweet, but shout out to Enki, Papi Enki. Thank you so much for the raid. Thank you, thank you. Much love to Enki, much love. But yes, Enki, of course, was covering in Spanish, was causing in Spanish. So, papi, ¿qué tal? ¿Cómo estás? Bienvenidos, bienvenidos, as we are, of course, embracing potentially the final game of the series. Potentially the final game, as Lings, they do hit the third. Last Reaper just cannot maintain the space. It's going to be denied. It's going to be canceled. That's it's a kill. It's a kill, not a cancel. Not like this. And Reaper's just in a rough position. It's looking dire here for Reaper. Roach production has begun, following this up with a Roach all-in on 23 drones. Again, barely an economy. Again, barely an economy here. Oh! Spanlings are targeted down. Roach is going to be rallying. Now, the hope for Reaper is that Scarlett drones up too heavily, but here we go. We throw down 2 more spine crawlers. Scarlett taking this very seriously as roaches are spotted. The third base is complete, and potentially the Reaper could kill the third. Could go for it, but honestly, this doesn't really matter. Like, the third base, it's not crucial here. What matters is the natural. And Scarlett is looking solid. Scarlett catching reinforcements. Reaper going for at least a third hatchery. And now Reaper drones. Oh god, but Reaper's down to 22 workers. Barely an economy to begin with. He's going to try droning up. He's going to try to saturate. It's a rough position here for Reaper. There's no way to break the natural. And Scarlett from here is just chilling. Scarlett just happily mining on 2 bases. Building up more roaches. Building up an economy. Lair is on the way. And I don't see Reaper achieving too much here. Again, Reaper is hoping that maybe Scarlett is too passive. If Scarlett is too defensive, and if Scarlett stays at home, then Reaper can recover. 100%. 100%. Reaper, you can recover. It's possible. But only if Scarlett is passive. Muta play. Aspect going for the Spire. Going into Mutas. Yeah, Muta production on the horizon here for Scarlett. Reaper is still droning up as heavily as possible. Trying to catch up. Ling's looking for another way in. As with this runway, he could try to get into the mineral line and try to disrupt the economy of Scarlett, but roaches are in position. Scarlett sees everything. Scarlett is ready. Meanwhile, Lair is still in production here for Reaper. Changing Scout confirms there's no fast Lair, there's no hidden tech. There's nothing crazy like another fast Spire or going into Lurker tech or going to Hydras. Spire's not complete for Scarlett. And Mutas can in the game. They can. They most likely will. I mean, sure, there are some queens in production, but Reaper will lose map control, will be contained. As Lings are getting caught out. Mutas are revealed. And Reaper can't really get much done here. Oh my god. As Reaper runs into the Bailings. Bailings, they deny Reaper. They shut him down. Not like this. Scott is breaking out. Isn't committing to mass Muta. The Mutas is just hunting down Overlords. Scarlett doubles down on the Roach army instead. Getting into +2. And Scarlett has double the Roach army, double the Roach count. Double the army supply. Doesn't commit yet. Doesn't want to throw away the lead. Doesn't want to take a bad fight. But is overwhelming regardless. Takes down the queen in the main. Oh, just barely. Infestation Bit's on the way. It's going to be denied. The queens will respond. Thankfully. Queens will zone away. Queens will zone. Scarlett pushing forward. Ooh. Takes down the Spore. And Scarlett, there's just not much to stop her. She can't just keep going. She can send it. Scarlett is pushing, yes. Scarlett does push forward. We don't even get the final fight here as the writing was on the wall. Alas, Reaper had nothing left, and GG, Scarlett will claim the series 3-0, qualifying for the EWC Americas Closed Qualifier. GG, well played. Congratulations to Scarlett. Again, just a really rough setup there from Reaper. Unfortunately, Reaper, he was hyper aggressive both game 1, game 2, and game 3. I do think that game 1 was maybe the closest that Reaper got to breaking Scarlett, but in the other game, Scarlett was just on top of the scouting, on top of the reactions as well. The initial Bane bust of Reaper just kind of fell on its face, and Reaper just could not achieve too much there, could not break through. GG, well played. Towards the end, we didn't even get that final fight. Again, the writing was on the wall. Reaper was just far too behind. And with that, congratulations here to Scarlett. And with that, that will conclude our initial open qualifier. Exclamation mark B in the chat to have a look at the back yourselves. The bracket is now wrapped up and concluded from the top. Let's catch up on the players making it through. Here we go. We have Trigger, the Canadian Protoss player, takes down Mute 3-0. Oh, there we go. Takes down Mute 3-0. Does qualify for the closed qualifier. There we go. Scrolling down a little bit further here, we had Juanito, we had SpeCial also takes down Master 3-1. Was more of a back and forth here, but SpeCial does claim the series, does also make it through into the closed qualifier. Scrolling down a little bit further, we had Scarlett taking down Reaper 3-0, a much more dominant performance here. Scarlett does represent Canada, of course, making it through into the next round. And then we had El Chamaco, Cham takes down Dolan 3-0. My heart goes out to Dolan, the ex-CranKy Duckling, but Cham is also near and dear to us as well. So Cham, he will also make it through into the closed qualifier. Let's go. So we have some nice Latin American representation, some nice Canadian representation as well, making it through into that closed qualifier. Now, some people did mention some names earlier, and yes, Estrella was missing. Estrella, he was missing from this bracket. Hopefully he's here tomorrow. This is not the only qualifier. There is a second open qualifier tomorrow as well, and bam, you can see that here and now in our schedule. There you go. You can see it here in our schedule. Jesus, you can see how jam-packed our schedule is. It's an intense week of StarCraft, non-stop EWC coverage. Again, we just wrapped up. How many hours were we live? 11 hours. Yeah, that was around 15 hours. Let's go. We started casting last night at 8 p.m. AEST. Now it is here at 11 a.m. AEST. Aye. So yeah, 15 hours. Now it wasn't 15 hours straight of casting. There were a couple of hours breaks in between each cast that we were able to like take a breath and get some food and get some rest. But overall, 15 hours nonetheless of StarCraft. We made it through day 1. We casted earlier the Asia qualifier, then the European qualifier, and now the America's qualifier as well. And up next, our next broadcast here is going to be at 6 p.m. KST. That is going to be the Korean qualifier number 1. Oh, sorry, my apologies. It's 7 p.m. KST. It's going to be Asia qualifier number 2. So my apologies. Asia qualifier number 2 is going to be Thursday evening. That's going to be at 7 p.m. KST. That'll be in how many hours time? 9 hours. 9 hours time. We're going to be live again on this channel with some more StarCraft. We got you covered with non-stop StarCraft. So in 9 hours time, we have the Asia qualifier, then once again into Europa, then into the Americas, and then tomorrow begins the Korean qualifiers. Oh boy. Korean qualifiers into Asia, into Americas, into more Korea, into all the closed qualifiers over the weekend as well. Again, you can just see how intense our schedule is. We cast more StarCraft than any other channel out there, more than Steadfast, more than Wardy, more than anyone else. We have the content, we have the quantity, and we have some of the quality as well. I do apologize for being a little bit low energy towards the end of this broadcast, and again, there were some things that didn't go well for us either, like being left out of some games here and there, and being left out of some of the matches. But regardless, it was a lot of fun. It was a lot of fun featuring all these players, and I hope to see more of these players tomorrow as well. Hope to see the return of players like Master, players like Inexorable, players like Dolan, and maybe even players like Eric, maybe even Estrella as well. Potentially. I'd love to see them also take part. Best of luck. I'll definitely reach out and hopefully get their attention to take part in this tournament, take part in the qualifiers. Oh boy. So yeah, the qualifiers are going to be on the horizon here, and hope you all had a great time today. Hope you guys had a great 24 hours of StarCraft, and again, we have plenty more StarCraft to come, plenty more on the horizon. Also, once again, a big shout out to Enki, el hermoso, papi, el hermoso, Enki. Thank you so much for the raid. Again, Enki, he was also casting in Spanish, also covering matches himself. I believe he was able to cover Trigger versus Mute. So much love to Enki, much love, good love for him. Enki. También aquí no hablamos en español, aquí estamos casteando en inglés, pero también much love. El amor está ahí, papi. El amor. For now though, we are going to be wrapping up. And with that, stick around. We're going to be giving another StarCraft streamer a raid. Papi, rest that voice. I'll do my best, papi. I'll do my best. ¿Cómo estás? Papi. She did an awesome job. Yes, Scarlett's in form. Scarlett is in form. She was looking very strong, very dominant. But with that, we are going to be wrapping up. Stick around. We're going to be giving another StarCraft streamer a raid. Let's see who is live. At the moment? Who can we raid? Who can we send everyone over to? I know that Pig El Chanchito, I know that he's streaming at the moment. I believe he's covering GSL. Sian is also covering some StarCraft. Also, right, when it comes to next week is going to be the Latin American League as well. We're going to be covering that next week on Thursday, if I'm not mistaken. So there's going to be more StarCraft ahead of us. Do look forward to it. Reaper might still be laddering as well. Reaper might be laddering. But otherwise, thanks for watching. And again, we'll see you tomorrow for some more, or we'll see you in 9 hours. We'll see you in 9 hours time for some more StarCraft. Otherwise, thanks for watching. I'm gonna head off. I'm gonna go pass out. Get some sleep, get some rest, and we'll see you guys for some more StarCraft action when I wake up. See you then. Papi. See you then. See you next time. Ciao.